To understand adverbs, you must first understand verbs. Verbs are said to be doing or action words. Words like walking, talking, laughing, clapping, even sleeping, and of course running. But verbs only tell you what action was being done. It doesn't tell you how it was being done. Was it done quickly, slowly, quietly, loudly, happily, sadly, or nervously? To know how an action is performed, we need to use adverbs. Adverbs tell you more about the verb. There are literally hundreds of adverbs to choose from, and you've probably noticed that most of them end in ly. Quite often when we write our sentences, we forget to add adverbs. This results in the readers of our writing not knowing what to imagine. Sally danced, but how did she dance? Nervously? Excitedly? Robotically? Oh, excitedly. Let's look at another example. Frank spoke. Once again, how did he speak? Grumpily? Shyly? Enthusiastically? Oh, Frank spoke enthusiastically. Adverbs don't just describe the actions of people, they also describe the actions of objects. The phone rang, but how did it ring? Once? Loudly? Softly? Ah, the phone rang softly. Adverbs are very flexible. They can go at different points in the sentence. This can change the rhythm and sound of your sentences. Softly, the phone rang. The phone rang softly. The phone softly rang. Each one of these works perfectly well, and it's up to you to choose which one you'd like to use. But be warned, an adverb can't go anywhere in the sentence. The softly phone rang does not make sense. Let's see how good we are at spotting adverbs. The campfire loudly crackled next to the tents. The verb in this sentence has to be crackled. But which word tells us more about how the campfire crackled? Oh yes, loudly. Loudly has to be the adverb because it tells us how the campfire crackled. Alone, I cooked a delicious apple pie. No words ending in ly here. This makes it a bit more tricky. Well, the action word is cooked. So which word tells us more about how this delicious apple pie was cooked? Ah yes, alone. Alone has to be the adverb. I cooked alone. Here's an easier one. Daniel drove his car dangerously down the road. The verb is drove. How did he drive? He drove dangerously. Dangerously has to be the adverb. One final example. I carefully measured, then neatly drilled the hole. In this sentence, there are two verbs, measured and drilled. So how was it measured? It was measured carefully. How was it drilled? It was drilled neatly. We have learnt that adverbs tell us how a verb is performed. Adverbs often, but not always, end in ly. Adverbs are flexible. They can be put in lots of different places in your sentence. And finally, adverbs make your writing more interesting to read. So start using adverbs today.